The Bamboo Project Podcast starts in 3, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Bamboo Project Podcast. My name is DonivanGray, the future $10 billion man. On the way to 10 billion, I decided that I'm going to help create 1,000 millionaires, including myself. And not by being a guru or selling a course, but by doing the things I already love to do every day and documenting my journey to get there. I figure I'll make all the mistakes so you don't have to. My name is DonivanGray, and this is how I will turn my life into a living. We made different playlists for all the things we are into, and you can find all of those links in the description box below. This may be your first time here, and if it is, welcome to the family. But for everyone else, this is chapter 4, page 179. All video and audio timestamps will be in the description box below. Today's date is Wednesday, August 23rd, and it is 9:26 a.m. Now, before we get into the topics of the day, we always start off with screen time. That is when I and Melissa check our phone to see how much time we spent on it last week. All right. Last week, every day, I spent an average of 9 hours and 26 minutes on my phone each day. My most used app was YouTube for 14 hours and 20 minutes. Then X, which is, Pornhub, for 10 hours and 46 minutes. And then Mail for 9 hours and 39 minutes. I picked up my phone on average 145 times a day. And my first used app after pickup was Mail, then Instagram, and then YouTube. Okay, crazy baby girl, what was your screen time like last week? I know you think you're not. It's okay.
Last week's, I spent 7 hours and 19 minutes on my phone. I used Instagram for 10 hours and 15 minutes, TikTok for 9 hours and a half, Gmail for 4 hours, camera for 3 hours, messages for 3 hours, YouTube for 3 hours, music for 2 hours. And I picked up my phone on average 108 times. No, that's not true. I picked up my phone on average 147 times, which is down 10% from the week prior. I had my most pickups on Saturday. I picked my phone up 202 times. And my first use app after pickup was Gmail, then Instagram, then messages, then music.
Okay. So now for the subscriber check. On the Candle channel, we are at 521 total subscribers. All right. And on the main channel, we are at 6,575 subscribers. It's been a long time talking about this. It's not a very long topic, but it has been a while since I brought this up. I forgot who asked me last week. It might have been Dulce, I believe. But they had asked about the house update. There is not really a house update, but I did get an email recently that they are, I guess, foreclosing or something to that effect. Let me see. Let me pull it up again. Okay, here it says legal counsel has emailed me. Notice of default. Who is this from? It's from Loan Funder LLC. Okay, it says your property is presently in foreclosure and your personal guarantee is simultaneously being pursued. In addition to incurring interest now at the default rate, you are also incurring significant legal fees that you will be responsible for. You are in danger of losing your property. Payments to bring the loan current may be able to stop the foreclosure. Please reply directly to this email as soon as possible with the following information. Like I said, I'm just, the most depressing part about all of this is how much time that we would have had to sell the house if it wasn't broken into. Like, that's the most depressing part of all of it. And even as I talk about it, I get the pain in my stomach a little bit, because it's like, if they didn't break into the house, we could have, it's August. And they still haven't foreclosed on the house. We could have still sold the house. We had all this time to not pay the monthly bill and still could have sold the house. But what? But they broke into it and now it's demolished. Now there's no sink, no toilet, no refrigerator, no kitchen, no bathroom. And it's like, bro, it's the same. Now the house damn near the same as when we first got it. And I'm just kind of like, that is the most, every time I think about it, which is why I don't think about it very often, is the most frustrating part about this whole situation. It's like, We had figured it out. We got to the end. We got the house renovated. It was ready to be sold. It was ready. And someone decided that they were going to break in and steal it. I guess I can listen. There's nothing I can. This is why I don't talk about it. I don't think about it. It's in the rear view. Who knows what this future of it will be? But as it stands right now, I don't even know what the house looks like, to be honest with you. Like, the house could be, they might have, the people that put the doors on, the security doors, they might have come to the house, taking those off, and somebody might have broken again. Who knows what's in the house? Somebody might be living in the house right now. There could be rats, roaches, rodents, mice, all types of stuff. The basement probably got mold on it now because there's no dehumidifier, which they stole. Like, there's probably water in the basement. The house probably crazy now. The house probably insane at this point. So like I said, that it's a frustrating thing, and I'm now trapped in the thought about how frustrating it is. Oh wait, I'm now trapped in how frustrating it is, but we are on to bigger and better things, and until we are completely out of this hole, it's just gonna hurt. I'm gonna feel the pain of it until we're in a better position, like a much better position. So that is pretty much it for the house update. Like I said, people have come, wholesalers have tried that, seen the podcast or seen the video, asked to buy it. Nothing has actually went through. We tried reaching out to the government to get it. That didn't work out. We tried having an agent. We haven't talked to him in 5 months. So he hasn't hit us up. We don't even know what's going on. Like I said, we have no idea what's going on with the house, and it sucks. It sucks. However, on to different subject matter. I know we talked about last week how crazy it was for us to do literally do 3 craft fairs in one day and only do 6 sales. Hey, shout out to Reflex J. Said I always start my week with the Bamboo Project. Hey, I don't know. I'm talking right now. I'm talking to myself. If I was listening to the podcast, that's what I'm about to talk to, right? I really think that last week was the turning point for me personally. And I might have said this in the last podcast, I don't really remember. But I feel like that because I'm just like, I'm really fed up. And I think that one thing that this has taught me the most is to lead. Mainly in a relationship with my beautiful, phenomenal, amazing girlfriend. One of the reasons why I say that is because a lot of the times how would I put this? I know the things that need to be done all the time, right? And for many reasons, I will not do them. For whatever the scenario is that comes up, I won't do it, right? Or I'll procrastinate on doing it. Take me longer to get there, right? Some of those reasons are my beautiful, phenomenal, amazing girlfriend, right? Now, this is not a knock or a dig at her because I love her very much. It's more so like I will let her stop me from doing things that I know I should be doing. So one of them is older than what kind of happens now. It's not really something that's as frequent. Whenever I start getting ready, whenever I start taking care of my business, that's when Melissa be like, "Ooh, yeah, look at his muscles, look at his back, look at his beard," right? And then she wants to pounce on me, right? Now, back in the day when I was a bike messenger, right? I'm like, all right, I get up, I don't want to go to work. I'm trying to like fight through this feeling of like drudgery of getting myself to work, right? And Melissa would see me, being the man that I am, going to a job I hate to go to, and be like, yes, I want to ravish him, right? And I'd be like, oh yes, time for the ravishing, right? But the ravishing would prolong me getting to work, which in turn I would either miss the rush, or I might get the tail end of the rush. I might not leave till super much, like way later, things like that, right? It's not a purposeful thing from women per se, right? Like it's not to the detriment. It's not purposefully meant to be detrimental. That's what I would say, right? It's more so of, yes, Rock. So it's more so of the emotional part of women, right? And what I've learned over the last week is that, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? See, you distracted me. See, you're being like a woman, Rock. See this. See exactly. This is exactly. Oh my God. Why are you on my See. Hey, this is a perfect example of what I mean.
I'm trying to weed it out. You somehow brought up something from 5 years ago in your explanation as to how I am causing problems now. So I'm waiting to hear what you have to say.
I'm talking to myself from back in the day, and to other men who may be in similar situations. A perfect example, I'm glad Rock came over here because he pretty much highlighted exactly what I'm talking about. So my son Rock came over to me, to my cat, and he stretched out onto me. He made his little sound. He wanted me to pick. He does like his little, like, it's like a baby thing. He puts his arms up like this, and he's like, pick me up, right? So what do? I grab him, I pick him up, I put him on my lap, right? I'm petting him. I'm like, all right, we're gonna chill. We're gonna do the podcast, right? However, it's a distraction. So I can't actually focus on the podcast because now he's on me. He's climbing up my shoulder. He's probably purring into the mic. As you can hear it, it's getting loud, right? That's very similar to my girlfriend because I don't think what he did was on purpose. I felt like he looked at it and goes, oh, I love my dad, which is me. I want to go sit on his lap while he's doing the podcast, right? And he gets so excited. He's like, I want to go on your shoulder. I want to rub against you. I want you to pet me, right? He's excited. So before, back in the day when I talked about the bike messaging thing, I would get more upset with Melissa with her doing those kind of things, right? Because I'll be like, you trying to stop me from working. I'm like, obviously you want us to be poor. You don't want us to get nowhere in life. You want us to stay here forever, right? And the last 7 days have maybe like 8 days and 10 days at this point. I have changed my thought process on it more so to it's not on purpose, right? She's not trying to destroy my life, even though she is in the League of Villains, right? She is being a woman, and what comes with that is a lot of y'all are not. A lot of y'all are y'all new to this theory, right? Women are water, right? That's what women are. Women are very powerful and they're very free flowing. But the problem that comes in with that is because they're water, they form to whatever they are inside of, right? Now, also, depending on how strong or powerful that woman is, she will need a bucket to control that, because this is what I've noticed is that women tend to be everywhere all the time. Like their brains is everywhere, right? So they need like a sense of direction for a thing that whatever they want to do. It's like, okay, here's the thing you want. Let's focus on getting to that, right? That's what I think the guy comes in, where he's the bucket, where he's like, all right, you can splash around, floosh around, do stuff you want to do within this boundary of whatever it is that, you know, that guy, his boundaries are. On and off, more off, I haven't been that boundary enough for us to be able to move forward quicker. Because we're still moving forward, just not as quickly as I would like to, right? And it's no fault of Melissa. It's not Melissa's fault.
You just said it was my fault. You just started this whole thing saying this is Melissa's fault.
That's how I gotta bring him in. I gotta bring him in with that. So he can be like, oh my God, Donovan, right? But it's not, right? Because Melissa's gonna more or less follow my lead for the majority of stuff that I do. If I'm leading correctly, one of the ways of leading correctly is just doing the thing. It's just going and whatever needs to be done, leading with that first, right? Also, another part of it, which is one that I always kind of battle with, is having to address issues that I have if I've already addressed it more than once. That's one of my issues, right? I feel like if I've already said this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, I ain't trying to say it again. At this point, trying to ruin my life. That's what my brain goes to, right? So I've heard recently on maybe, I think it was Layla talked about, maybe Alex or Mosey talked about it, where they were just saying that leaders, like if you have a company, you're gonna have to talk to the people about like your expectations multiple times. Like that's just what it takes. That's just what happens. Like if you're in that position, you're gonna have to be. That's part of it, is repeating expectations on a regular basis. So for me, if I feel like I have to repeat my expectations more than once, I feel like now on my end, it's a confrontation. Well, it doesn't really have to be, but it is. That's how I feel. The problem for that is, again, it's me talking to my younger self, Donovan, is my girlfriend is a woman. So if I say, baby girl, I need you to put the soda away, right? She's like, oh my God, I gotta put the soda away, right? Now, for me, I'm like, and I gotta deal with, she's like, why I gotta put it away? But I'm about to drink it again. I wasn't even finished with it, right? Prior, I will be like, just put you done had it out for 5 days. You ain't put it away. You say you're gonna drink it, whatever, right? Because I'm already coming from we about to argue with this. Recently, it's been more so of like, listen, it needs to be put away. You want to complain? Oh, yeah, sure. Do all of that and then put the soda away. I don't really care, right? And I think that mentality on my side has helped us tremendously over the past couple of days, like 8 days. And I also think that me deciding that I'm not like, I feel like it sounds real dramatic, but like I'm not playing around anymore. Like that's kind of my thing. It's like, listen, we really have to get to it, and I feel like we know all the things we're supposed to do, and we have to do it. And I feel like that starts with me. Whatever my intensity is on whatever thing we're doing, that will then trickle down to Melissa, and she'll feel like, okay, this is something that's important to us that we have to get done. And again, it's great because, like I said earlier, women are very powerful. So Melissa has a very high drive to get things done. You know, if I'm like, babe, this is the plan for today. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. That's everything else you want to do. That's fine. But these things need to be done. If I don't, Melissa might, flutter away somewhere else. She might be fluttering to play a game. She might go eat too much food and go to sleep. She just overindulge. Oh, that's a good one. I think it's an indulgence thing. She'll become overindulgent in things that don't necessarily push us forward, right? I always compare women to like I said, you could use water, or I think water is a perfect example. You ever know when you drink from the water fountain, you put your finger on the water fountain to like make it come up higher to increase the pressure of the water? That's women. It's like they have a lot of power, but they have to be directed in the right direction. That's how I always feel. So over the last 8 days, that has been what we've been doing. And I think that last week was a great week for us. We got a lot of stuff done. We were super prepared for the weekend. We had more than enough candles. We had perfumes. We did great. We made almost like $1,500 over the weekend. Melissa because it was somewhat slow. It wasn't really slow, really, but like she was behind the booth on TikTok Live trying to sell the candles on TikTok Live. Because she set up a shop during the week. She added the products to the week. Like I said, women have very high drive. At least my woman does have a very high drive. So it just has to be like, take all of that energy and put it on to that thing. So I'm pretty sure that we got a sale from her doing that on Saturday. Someone bought 2 perfumes, and then we got another online sale on Sunday. So across the entire weekend, we probably did like $1,600 roughly. And one thing that I changed about myself is just ignoring the feeling of either embarrassment or annoyingness or frustration, to just kind of keep going and getting the thing done. Because one thing that really messes us up a lot is the minor inconveniences. And I talk about this all the time on here. It's the stupid small things that compound, and once they compound, they're big enough to mess us up over the weekend. And then those small inconveniences, when they mess up for the weekend being messed up now messes us up for like 2 weeks. So if we get to the craft fair late, let's say we get there like 12:30 or 12 o'clock, something like that, right? We could have missed out on $100, $120, right? That $120 could be used to buy more inventory for the following week. So now we won't even have enough money to buy the candles that we need for the following week. Or here's another one. Honestly, we might be able to buy it, but we end up buying it later. So now the fragrance or whatever doesn't come in until the weekend after we need it. So, and here are some smaller inconveniences that cause that. Laundry not being folded, right? That's a big one for me. The house not being in order is a big one. I think us not knowing what we have in the house as far as inventory goes, like what candles we have, what we don't have, what we need as far as maybe tissue paper or bags. Doing all that ordering stuff in the beginning of the week is a big one. Also, know how much money we have is another big one, because it's like we can't really make moves if we don't know what we're working with. We get just like, all right, we kind of spitballing, and this is because I don't want people to think that before it wasn't similar to this, but there's always a room for improvement. And the OGs from the podcast know about my 70% flaw, where I will do something up to about 70%, 75%, then I'll take a break, right? Right now, we're operating at like, I would even say like 90%, a little bit higher, 90% of getting things done that we have to get done. And because we're knocking out the small things, it gives us so much time to do more big things. Like, I think we did so much last week that this week feels so much calmer. And we have this mantra that we used to say, which is maintain and grow. And it's pretty much like, okay, let's maintain our foundation, whatever that might consist of, and then build and grow on top of that. Then once we do that, you maintain that and build and grow on top of that. So I think that last week we were able to actually solidify a solid foundation. And I think that now this week was like the beginning of us doing things that grow the business without having to worry about falling back down to the last level that we were on. The only issue we might run into somewhat is how much money we'll need for the upcoming weeks as far as paying off debt. But I think we're in a decent spot. Like I said, we made $1,600 last week. We bought inventory the week before. We have a fair coming up this weekend before the month ends. So I think that we're in I think we're not a great spot. We're in a pretty decent spot. If we can get some more online sales this week and then on the weekend do well again, I think we'll be in a great spot. One of the ways that we started doing really good at the fairs from my end is me standing up again and me standing up in the front of the table. Because back in the day, that's how we got a lot of sales, right? I would stand right in front of the table. Hey, do you want to smell a candle? Hey, how you doing? You want to smell a candle? And then we would get a lot of sales like that, right? I'm not really sure how it transitioned. Maybe just because it might be my hair thing. It might have been what I was wearing. It might have been our setup, where we're located at. But I noticed that we no longer stand by the front of the table to do that. So now I'm back to doing that, and we made like $900 on Saturday, and we made like $500 on Sunday, which is pretty decent days. And the best part about that is that neither one of those days were fairly busy at all. So that just lets us know that on a busy day, we could really do some good numbers. So, but I don't want to get too far into that, because like we are transitioning into online sales. So we are going super hard in learning the online sales. Melissa's coming up with a business plan that we can use for marketing for the website. She's going to different, I don't want to call them seminars, but like classes online to learn about just branding and online awareness, just trying to figure out all those different things. Another example of something that happened over the weekend in terms of my beautiful, phenomenal, amazing girlfriend being a woman is that, again, remember, very strong, powerful women, a lot of energy, water flows and all that stuff, right? So I was in front of the table, and I was trying to get someone to come to the table, right? And that made Melissa feel uncomfortable. So she had made a comment to me about what I was doing, and the comment annoyed me, right? In my brain, I'm thinking, I'm trying to get us more sales. What would make you want to do something that would deter that, right? So in the past, situations like that, I may be like, all right, you don't piss me off. We might get into a little spat about it, and it might carry over, right? Like I said, my mentality now is, she's a woman. She's gonna be anxious. Like, if I've learned anything else over the last 2 years or so, is that women and like, I want to say all of them, but there's obviously going to be anecdotes where they're not. But like 98% of women, 99% of women are like full of anxiety. It's from top to bottom. I'm thinking about the women that I've talked to, that my friends have talked to, that I've seen online. It's just how they operate through life. And operating through life feeling anxious, it means you're going to be a lot more sensitive to things that other people may not be as sensitive to. So in scenarios like that, now I have to go, okay, this may be a sensitive topic for you, or a sensitive situation for you. Now, yes, I may be upset by it, but I have to understand, like, okay, you're a woman. This is how I tell myself, like, you're a woman. I gotta let it go. What do you want, sushi? You're a woman too, sushi. So I gotta let it go, right? Another thing I feel like that has been helping out is calling out the times that my beautiful, phenomenal, amazing girlfriend is trying to start an argument with me. Okay? That has been a good one. For guys, it's a good one. All right? If you want to diffuse your argument with your girlfriend, just tell her, I know what you're doing. You're not gonna get me. You're trying to start an argument, because listen, they don't even know. Sometimes they try to start an argument. They don't even know. But as guys, we just know we're like, what are you even talking about? Where do you even get that from? Right? So engaging in it from an argumentative standpoint only makes things worse. You know why? Because the argument from her end don't make no sense. Usually illogical. Now, it may become logical later, but at that time it's happening, it's probably not. So two things you could do, or that I will do, or have talked to myself if I was listening to this. You could diffuse it with something like that, or just ignore the whole thing entirely, and then you can come back to it later. Because more often than not, she's leading with some type of emotional response to something, and she wants you to be emotional about the thing at that point in time, right? I remember before talking about it, like, okay, maybe the proper way to respond to something like this would be to become as emotional as she is at that moment, right? Now, that may be the way. I'm not at that level to do that yet. Cause I can't go from being in a great mood to being in a bad mood to being back in a great mood. My body doesn't operate in that manner. It just don't. Women could do that. I cannot do that. So for me, it's like, listen, whenever you done with this, we could talk about it, right? I think a lot of times myself, I'll be like, I just won't even talk about it no more. But that is something that I am working on. But the best thing, like I said, when she starts that argument with you, just tell her, you are not gonna get me. You try to start an argument, it's not gonna work. You're like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Unless you are. I know you are. No, I'm not. I just wanna. See, look at you. Start an argument. There you go, right there. Start an argument. You know what? I'm gonna come back when you're done, and then we talk about this, and then you just go from there, right? And it's not malicious. Like, women aren't malicious, really. Like, not for the most part. They're just annoying. It's very different. There's annoyingness and there's maliciousness. Annoyingness is like your cat like crawling on the table when you're trying to work. That's annoying. Malicious is like the cat clawing your eyes out while you on the toilet. Like, that's malicious. Two different things, right? Girlfriends are like you trying to work. They got their tail like fluttering underneath your neck while you're trying to work. And you're like, okay, all right, okay. Like, just stay over there till I'm done, and then we come back doing whatever we need to do. So, but the main point, what I'm pretty much trying to get to, is the fact that I really think that we've made a switch over the last week, and I think that we've already seen the improvements from it in terms of our productivity and what we can get done. Today is Tuesday. We're doing a podcast early in the morning. The vlog did go out a day late yesterday for multiple reasons, but I am considering like trying to get a couple vlogs done in a week. Now, you know, that's kind of my segue into my next conversation, which is the SNAP benefits EBT food stamps, right? That really kind of set us back in a way, because, and on two fronts, they lowered Melissa's SNAP benefits from $280 to $200. That's number one, right? I also, actually, let me check right now, because I'm probably, at this point, if I ain't get it, then it's not coming. Like, I have to figure out what's going on with that. Right. Yeah, I'm like, if I ain't get it in my account, it's not going to be there.
I checked.
Today? Oh, when did you check? What was I doing?
I can check on my phone.
Oh, okay. So, right. The money that they were going to give me, they haven't given me for this whole month. And that's groceries for both of us. Like, that is enough for us to both get groceries for the month to last us. So we've had to spend the money last week that we have on the groceries. And as it does in true fashion, as it always will, that is usually a very contentious situation for us when it comes to money, because Melissa cares about food, I care about money. So those two things conflict with each other, because she will want to spend money on food and I will want to save money by not buying food, right? So you can see how that will always cause some type of rift between us. And it was fine up in, before, when we didn't have to worry about it because we had the food stamps to use. But now we are coming back to us using our own money. So when I said there was two fronts, the second front is the fact that I actually have to go into the office now and figure out what's going on. That's going to be a day of my time I have to spend in there, that I could be doing editing, I could be doing learning about marketing, I could be doing anything else but being in there, right? So not only are we spending money that weren't spending before, now I'm spending days going over there. I already spent hours on the phone trying to get in contact with somebody, which to no avail. And I don't even know if I'll go in there that day, whichever day it is this week, and they'll even tell me or give me a solution. Or I might go in there and they say, well, you can't get SNAP benefits no more. So I'll spend the whole day just to find out I can't get it, right? So that's also a possibility. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be a whole hour or multiple hours I'm going to be there. How long were you there for?
Like 2 hours.
Right. I have to spend there. What time does it open?
I'm not sure. I was thinking.
You gonna go?
No, I can't. I was thinking that maybe you could call the interview number.
Maybe. So that's kind of where that is. Another thing too that I've been working on is just being more strict with how we spend our money, because like I said, it's weird. I know how we should spend money, where we should spend it at, and what the outcome will be of how we spend it. However, I have a girlfriend, so I'll be like, man, she's hungry. We should get something to eat, whatever. Now I'm like, I don't care. You have to starve. Like, we just gonna starve, and that'll be it. And I think that she has been better off with starving for a little bit and then getting the food later. Would you say so, babe?
Sure.
She said sure. She said she loves that. Okay, that's good. So that's pretty much how I've been looking at it. I really can't put into other words other than just she's going to respond to something like, oh my God, I want to get this. And I'm going to have to be like, no, because we can't have it. She's going to complain about it, and then we're not going to get it. And then the reason why you didn't get it will be better off later. So again, just talking to myself if I was listening to this podcast. So I'm hoping that we get some of that money this week when I go in there, because that would really help us, because when it comes to spending money on groceries or anything else for us, those margins are very important. And I never thought about margins in this way. Those extra $20, $50, $80, they add up like a lot. And not because it's a lot of money, but because of what we can do with it to move us forward. An example of that is doing laundry. So like, if we spend $30 on food, or we spend $20 on water or something else, or maybe like a snack or transportation, whatever it might be, that could be the money used to do laundry, which is about $25, $30, right? Is that a lot of money? No, it's not. But if I don't have the money for laundry, now you know what I said before. Saturday comes, I don't have no clothes to wear. Now I gotta wear something that either don't fit, don't look right, don't have the same sales in terms of what I wear to the fair, and it's probably not even folded. So now we're making less money that day. So you know what I said before? So minor inconveniences turn to big inconveniences. So now Saturday we're making $400, $500. Then you got Sunday, we make $100. Well, not 100, maybe like $200, right? $300. So now for the weekend we made $700. Now we got to buy wax. That's $350. That's half the money gone. Now we got to pay for storage unit. That's $440. Whole weekend gone. Just like that. Whole weekend completely obliterated. So those smaller things I feel like can really pile up when, not the small things, those bigger things can really pile up when the smaller things compound like that. So, that is how I feel about that SNAP benefit stuff. And that's why we need them extra $30, $40. They be helping out. Now, this is the next topic. I don't know if I told you guys about the New York Fashion Week thing. I might touch on it a little bit. I think I may have. That'll be, honestly, we probably have about 2 more weeks to get ready for that. What's today? Today's the 23rd. Oh, we have a good amount of time. That's good. So yeah, the month ends next week, Thursday. So they had wanted us to send them samples for the candles that they're gonna have for everybody that's gonna be there. And we're like, all right, cool. So we're going to send them 50 samples, and they're going to have a bunch of influencers there. They're going to put in like gift bags and so on and so forth. And I think that will have a good return for us. Or I hope it will, at least. Those people are our people. I feel like in the Soho area, the younger crowd who has money, who's kind of cares more about their health, who cares more about their aesthetic, I feel like those are the kind of people that will be on brand for us. So I'm hoping that we can actually get them some candles, because we have to actually buy the wax next week. Also, we have to pay mad money coming up. So we got to pay $17.75 for the freaking craft fair. I'm so mad about that. I'm so mad that we are part of this stupid ass membership. I'm so upset, because that $17.75, like, that's a lot. That's a lot. Like if I will be only paying $350 this week. $1,775 is a lot. Ah, man, they got me. They fucking got me. So there's $1,775 for the craft fair, and then there's gonna be another $1,000 for other debt. That's another $1,250. So we're looking at about $3,000. And I think as of now, we probably have like $800 in our account. So yeah, we'd have to make like $2,300. Before the end of the month. So wish us luck, right?
Get a job.
Oh, right. The next thing on tap is the marketing loan. So y'all know we're going super heavy in online. I think we have a good handle on, that's the right word, a good handle on it. It's so weird. It's such a weird concept just because it's so simple. It's such a simple thing. And the concept is just do what you know needs to be done. That's it. And I guess that's why they say execution is the hardest part, because people just don't do that part. But I believe that we are on the right path to learning how to make a lot of money online. I think that the things we're doing are either going to work or not work, but at least we're getting through the things. So whether that be sending out, doing giveaways, whether it be hiring people to take pictures and do photography, whether it be making our own content, it's like we have to do the things to figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work. And we're going to learn while we're doing those things. But that's the thing to do. Like the thing to do is what we're doing. And it's not really, and I mean, maybe somebody else could tell us, but I don't feel like there's more that we can be doing in the sense of learning it and trying it. Yeah, it's weird. I really don't have nothing to say about it. Like, they're gonna give us $2,500 again. We have to just send them how we spent the last $2,500. And I think that with the new $2,500, that, like, and this is what I was just saying, we know how to allocate it better than we did the first time. And only because we've been doing things, so we know where the money will go best. We already have a guy who's running the ads for us. We already have the social cat influencer that we're going to work with set up. Like, it's just doing the stuff, and everybody that's listening that has things to do, it's so weird. It's like I hear people like Alex talk about it, or Mr. Beast talk about it, people who have gotten a lot of success in their fields. And one thing that Alex says is just do the boring work. That's one of his lines. And Mr. Beast just says, I'm trying to make the best videos. And that's literally how it feels. Like, just do what you know you're supposed to be doing. There's not, it's so simple. If I said to somebody like, hey, you want to get a job, how do you think you should get that job? They would probably say, probably apply to a lot of places. I will go, are you doing that? They will go, no. I will go, well, why not? And have an excuse for it. And I'm like, well, you should be applying for a lot of jobs. You should go and do that. They might say, I should ask my uncle. Like, go and ask your uncle. Like, do the thing that you know you should be doing, because one of two things will happen. Either you will succeed at the thing, or you will learn that doesn't work. And then the next thing that you will get is like, oh, that doesn't work because my uncle said I need more experience, or my uncle's not hiring right now, so I got to go and apply for jobs with somebody else. Like, you'll figure it out. And it's such a simple concept. And I think that it's really overcomplicated. Like, it's very much overcomplicated. I think right now, one thing that's been helping me a lot, we were at a craft fair like 2 weeks ago, and there was a guy selling, like, I'm gonna call it mushroom water. Pretty much, it's like, what would I call it? Is it like nutrients or supplements, right? One is called Lion's Mane, and the other one is called, what's the other one called?
Pine pollen.
Pine what?
Pine pollen.
Pine pollen. The other one's called pine pollen. And I've been taking them every morning. It's like a dropper. I put it in my water. One of the things that it does is it helps with your like mental clarity, as far as feeling like, your brain, sometimes brain fog, right? Helps with clearing your brain fog. And one thing it also does is, Jesus Christ, it it boosts your testosterone, which makes you want to engage in OnlyFans content and record more OnlyFans content more often. So that's one thing that's been happening a lot. Like we just been recording a lot of OnlyFans content because that stuff, and I feel like it works almost immediately. Like I feel great when I take it. I feel energetic when I take it, and it doesn't feel unnatural. Like it doesn't bring me to a state of, oh my god, like I'm ready to go fight the world. It's like, no, I'm at a very even keel level of human being. Like this is great and I really like it. So that stuff right there, amazing. But right now it is the League of Villains segment. Yay, League of Villains. You.
Okay, I look like Cynthia, but
From Rugrats.
yeah. Hi guys. All right. Hi everyone. Let me give you an update on, I guess, what I've been up to. So Donovan mentioned that I've been doing like a lot of online stuff. So I put all the products on Etsy. I still have to tweak them because Etsy, for some reason, I don't know, they don't have a good thing with PNGs. It makes the image look blurry. So I'm gonna fix that. I put all the candles on TikTok shop, and like Donovan said, I've been going live. So I went live probably like 4 times now, and the first time that I went live, the first 2 times that I went live, I went from 34 followers on the TikTok to now 80. So that's a pretty big jump just from going live. So I want to do that more often. It's kind of harder to go live in the house and kind of keep the engagement going because I don't have like a setup. I don't have like, oh, these are the candles and blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking about making something like that because I've also been watching other people's live shopping experiences on TikTok. So yeah, I'm explaining to y'all. So TikTok has a lot of different stuff. They have like a whole creator option in terms of like you can find affiliate marketers, kind of like Social Cat. You can find affiliate marketers on TikTok. You could reach out to them through TikTok and have them promote your product for commission of sales and all that other stuff through TikTok. No third party platform. Like they have that all built in. They're trying to get their coins apparently. TikTok also gets a commission off of the sales that I make from the shop, but for the first month it's 0% commission. I have to double check and see what it's going to be after that. Normally you can only go live on TikTok as like a regular account once you have 1,000 subscribers, but because I'm selling and they want it to be kind of like a QVC kind of vibe, because I'm doing that, they allow me to go live on TikTok with only 33 followers. That's crazy, right? Just because I have a shop. And in order to make a shop, like you need to have a business. Like it's not like, oh, you know, I have to, you know, I'm selling this thing, I can make a shop. No, I had to put in my LLC information, I had to put in my EIN and all that other stuff. But you know, we have all that stuff locked down for the business. You know, we in business, you feel me? So yeah, had to do all of that, go through the paperwork process. It was actually really quick and most of the products got approved instantly. The only product that took a little bit, like it took a day or 2 to get approved, was Wine Down, and it's because it had the word wine in it. It's approved now. Yeah, they approved it. I wasn't sure if they would because it said wine, but I guess they realized, oh, there's no alcohol in this product, so it's fine. So yeah, everything's approved. Everything's up there. Okay, let me talk a little bit about the TikTok live experience. It's pretty freaking cool. Like the concept of it is really cool. I could see how if I had a different product, it would be amazing, because the one thing that's going to be a problem no matter what when it comes to selling candles is the fact that you can't smell it. So I am not very good at describing the scent. Like there's some people that really are very descriptive in how they very descriptive in how they describe it. I feel like that's a terrible sentence, but that's pretty much what it is. They'll be like, oh man, this scent right here, it makes you feel like you're dancing in the rain in the summertime, and all the fairies in the field are like, it's like some people are able to like really get into that sensory experience, like really hone in on how it smells and really hone in on how it feels, be able to describe that and be able to make the person that's watching feel like I want to smell that or I want to smell like that. So I feel like that's something that's kind of hard to encapsulate online. And then also, while we are a healthier option, a healthier option for candles, we are not a health product, right? So we're not trying to make super health claims and really like bank our we're not trying to have that be the main thing you think of when you think of Ember. It's not, I don't want you to think, oh, this is a health brand, it's gonna make me blah blah blah. Like it's not really that. But because we are health conscious, we wanted to make a product that is healthy, but it's still that luxury, that it's just a great product. Like that's what we want it to be, something closer to that. So like I said, it's kind of, from right now, I think I'm at the point we're at the point of the business where all of that, thinking like that, matters more and will propel us forward, because it'll help us to really niche down and really, really know where we fit rather than try to figure out where we fit. So, that is something that, a concept that has become very clear from doing the TikTok lives. I get on the live and I don't know what to say. I don't know how to articulate it. I don't know how to get people to shop. Like I don't know what to say at this moment in time. So, got to keep doing it. But some of the features that I really like about TikTok Shop, you can put a showcase for people, a showcase of products for people to scroll through while they're watching, and it'll tell not just you but viewers how many people are viewing your shop at the moment while you're talking to them, which is really cool. So there's that. People, like I said, people will follow you from it. You can pin a product. So if you pin a product, as soon as someone enters a live, they see your product right there at the bottom. They know what you're talking about, right? You can also do a flash sale. You could do flash sales. So, it'll be like, oh, this product is going to be 17. I seen that number and I thought it was very interesting. It's not quite 20% off, because you see in a 0 is still a low number, but it's also not a 9. 9 we already think kind of like on sale, but 17 is like, ooh, that's still like a discount. But it's not really a lot of a discount from a business perspective. So that's something that I noticed, or something that I saw. Yeah, you could do the flash sales. It'll be like a day. It'll be 4 hours. You got 4 hours to buy this product. And it really does look like a QVC kind of lineup, but in TikTok. So that's something that's really cool. I am in a program that's called Our Village United. It's really cool. I got into the program from going to the Beyonce luncheon. So this was my second week there, and it's a 12-week program. The graduation is going to be, for me, November 7th. And yeah, I talked about it last week about how the first session was introductory. The second session, we got into marketing. They had someone there that was talking about like how to market your product. They gave us their background and stuff like that. And I thought the way that she thought about things was pretty cool. So I actually reached out to her on LinkedIn. She already responded back to me. And we're already connected on that platform. So that's cool. I'm going to ask her more specific questions about the brand. Oh, my nose is bothering me. Sorry, I'm going to ask her more specific questions about the brand, and kind of like how we should market it there. So I think that's cool to be able to be connected to someone that has a background in that, from this program. I like this program a lot more than the first program that I was in. And the reason for that is because I wouldn't say like a lot of them, but there are people in the last program that I was in. I was probably one of the only people that was actually like making sales and actually like in business, if that makes sense. Like I could say that I was going to say, I could say I've sold more than 100 products. We've sold more than 1,000 products at this point, right?
Yeah.
Right, for sure. Easily. Like how many units do you think we've sold so far? I want to say like 4,000. Yeah.
In this year, or just sold?
I feel like we probably did. Damn. I feel like we did like 300 a month. A little bit more than 300 a month.
Right. And does that include Chelsea and all that stuff?
Just like a regular month.
Right. I feel like we've sold at least, the lowest I'll go, we've sold at least 3,000 units. And like I said, that's very low. Well, probably if Donovan, feels like it, he'll put the number of how many units we actually sold here. But that's a very big feat, like, for a lot of businesses to be able to move that much product. And it's only me and Donovan. It's only me and Donovan and our friends and family. Shout out to y'all that help us. But we have to do daily grind and be here. Like, so it's just that was not something that was common in the last last cohort, last program that I was in. Everyone was kind of in the idea stage and was still trying to figure out how they want to structure their business. Like, there wasn't a lot of people in business. In this program, there's people that actually own salons, that have hairdressers. There's people that are in the airport, that have their own brick and mortars. Like, multiple people have their brick and mortars. Some people are talking about doing deals with very big brands. One person makes alcoholic treats, alcoholic candy. One of them is like lactose intolerant. A portion of them are lactose intolerant because she's lactose intolerant.
In total, 4,198.
Okay, so in total, we've sold 4,198 candles so far. That's crazy. That's crazy. From this kitchen, 4,000 candles have. This crazy, but yeah, there's a girl. She alcoholic treats. She's talking like with Tito's or with like Hennessy and stuff like that. So there are a lot more movers in this cohort, and it's very inspiring. It gives me an idea of kind of like, where like it's easier to have those conversations, or easier to take in what people are saying, or have an understanding kind of when you feel like they're in a similar space to you. So I do enjoy that so far about this cohort. They also gave me homework. The last one that I had it wasn't really like a course in my opinion. Like, it was more so kind of like a club or something like that. Like, oh, we got a business club. Like, if that's how I would say it. Like, it was educational in the sense where they'll have speakers and different people in the industry that will come in and talk to us, but everything was in a very beginner, very starting mode. Here, they gave me coursework to do and all that stuff, and I do feel like it's going to be beneficial. Like I said, it was so crazy because I have this thing. In my spare time, I like to look at apartments or houses that I want to have an idea of what I'm working towards, what I'm trying to achieve, what I want for my life. A townhouse in Georgia sound really nice to me. That sound really nice. Okay? I don't really want to live here. And that's another reason I'm really big on trying to figure out this online, because I'm not trying to live here. So yeah, I was looking at the townhouses in Georgia, and they're gorgeous, brand new, gorgeous, 3,000 square feet, and it's only $5,000. Do you know what $5,000 will get you in New York, y'all? $5,000 in New York is getting you a studio. Okay? It's getting you a studio. Like, if it's a nice apartment, it's getting you a studio. Right? Who want to live like that? I don't. So that's what I do in my spare time. Why am I bringing this up? I was looking at the apartments, and then I went into existential dread. I'm like, damn, I can't afford this. I'm living in this box. They about to block the view. I'm about to get no sunlight. It's just existential dread. We have so much debt. We have to pay everybody back. It's just existential dread. So the dread lasted for a while. I couldn't sleep. Like, I woke up at like 2 a.m. couldn't sleep. So the dread went on for till I want to say 3:30. And then I decided, like, you know what? Let me do something about how I'm feeling. What do I need to figure out right now? I need to figure out marketing. I need to figure out marketing. That's what I need. I've been posting every day, twice a day. I have not been consistent this week at all. But prior to that, I probably did 2 to 3 weeks of me posting every day, twice a day on all the platforms. And while I did see growth, while we did see increase in orders on our Instagram, it wasn't the growth that I felt like we should be getting for what I'm like putting out, if that makes sense. Like, it's not enough. So I was looking up different marketing videos, and I saw some things that I think would be very, very beneficial to us that I really can't wait to implement. And I think that, so an example of that is that I don't have a marketing strategy. I was just posting things, just throwing it up there and hoping that something sticks. I don't have a marketing strategy. So that's my focus now, is going to be honing in onto that marketing strategy. One of the TikToks that I said had to do with finding your why. Why is your business doing what it's doing? Because that's how you sell. You sell your why. You don't really sell your what. And that was the issue I was running into. So then I go into class, and she talking about finding your why. I'm like, I like this. I like the fact that I had this thought, or I'm going down the stream, because that means that I'm getting closer to what the answer actually is. That's how I see it. So I'm going to spend more time on that. We now have a mission statement for the brand. We now have a vision statement for the brand. We now have a tagline for the brand. So our business is getting closer and closer and closer to being something that I can bring to someone in a briefcase and give the numbers, give the everything, and they would probably invest in us. That's what we're getting closer and closer to. That's what we're working on. So I'm very excited. I don't think that's the right word. I want to say I'm very excited. I'm confident in where we're going. That's, whenever I say I'm excited, that's not really what I mean. I mean, I'm confident in where we're going. So yeah, I'm done talking. Bye guys.
So this is week 1 of us getting it together, going to and I hate when I say get it together, because I feel like it means that we weren't together before, and I don't really think that's the case. I just think this is week 1 of us going to the next level. That's what I think this would be.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, because I'm like, we were doing a lot before. Like, we're doing daily vlogging. We're going to craft fairs every weekend. We're making candles throughout the week. We're prepping. We're doing giveaways. We're doing shorts and reels and lives every single month, and inventory and bookkeeping and all types of stuff all week. While maintaining that's just business stuff. That's not related to anything. That's not including a podcast, editing a podcast, cats, cleaning the litter box, doing laundry, doing dishes, cleaning the bathroom, doing my hair, doing her hair, doing makeup, any of that stuff. Not including any of that stuff that I just named. So, I think it's just going to the next level, and I think we have several more levels in us to get to, and I think this is the start of us going to the next one. We will be back here next Tuesday. You can find all the behind the scenes content on our social medias. Mine is DonivanGray, DonivanGray. Follow the Candle channel and the Candle Instagram, okay? And my phenomenal, beautiful, amazing girlfriend, Melissa Burnett, AnetaBurn. You know what it is. # Bamboo Project 2023. The road to 500K. Oh, I was going to say something. I almost forgot this. Anybody that made it to this part will hear this, and maybe I'll bring it up next week. So as of right now, we are almost at our first $100,000 for the company.
Really?
Yes. So on
100K?
almost. We might have, but maybe. Right now, from all the craft fairs between last year and this year, we're at $90,000. Right? That's not including online sales. So this year alone online, I think we did like $4,000. That doesn't include last year online. So we are almost at our first 100K for the Bamboo Project. Honestly, it'll happen in the next month. So then the next level, or the next milestone, will be 100K in the last 12 months. Right? But with that being said, Bamboo Project out.